if you listen to renowned journalists and, people who have been speaking on transfers, all they kept hammering on the groundwork that Arsenal did. Transit TV, welcome back to Reggie Football Show with my man Ubum. Today we're going to look at the recent announcement or signings, official announcement of the two signings made by Arsenal. Today is going to be all things Arsenal. We're focusing on Arsenal today to discuss Declan Rice. We already know was announced yesterday. Jordan Timber was on Friday. Arsenal has now spent about 205 million or thereabouts this transfer window. They actually look like they are the most active team in EPL so far in the transfer window. Just like last year, they have gotten their key signings in before their major preseason tour, which for me is a very, very good way to go. So I'm here today with my man Ubum to look at the Declan Rice signing, the implication, the effects, and other things arising from that, including Jordan Timber. Ubum, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Reggie. It's a pleasure. Welcome everyone again to Transit TV and our usual very interesting discourse around the world of soccer or football. We welcome everyone. Please, like we usually say when we start the show, kindly share this video with as many people as possible. Get more and more people to subscribe. Let's continue to get on this journey of building this channel together. We're looking forward to a wonderful time, preseason moving forward for us now. All right, let's roll.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're going to start from Declan Rice. The wait eventually is over. Sometime during the week, I know some people try to be mischievous and try to raise concerns to kind of wind up the Arsenal fan base, who we know how erratic they can be. Sky Sports came up with this broadcast that West Ham was becoming increasingly disturbed about Arsenal's inability to complete the deal, and it threw up some some very quick and disturbing reaction in social media, which Arsenal using probably Fabrizio and David Austin, I think about 2 or 3 hours after that Sky Sports, there was a counter breaking news that everything was good. It was just a matter of time. And of course, yesterday we saw that announcement officially being made. And I kind of now understand why sometimes some of these signings, especially with Arsenal, because the number of content that was released yesterday with that announcement shows you the work that goes into stuff like this. So you can now understand why, there was, it was just too much. If you finish looking at this one before another one is dropping. It was just there. And they were all very powerful and very good content. And it was worth the wait.
Right.
So I'm going to ask you, Declan Rice, obviously, we've been talking about this for over a month now, or more than that. There's nothing to talk about his qualities anymore. But let's talk about the effect of his signing on Arsenal, both the team and the team starting 11 and stuff, other players and stuff like that. So how do you what do you think is going to be? What are you expecting to change for Arsenal with the coming of Declan Rice?
Having seen Declan Rice talk prior to him joining Arsenal, I probably never really listened to the guy talk. Having listened to him and seen him talk, I can see why Mikel Arteta pulled out all stops. I've heard this from numerous insiders that Arteta was like, it's either I get this guy or bust. This guy was a must get for Arteta. And looking at the Arsenal team, with all the speculations we are hearing now around Thomas Partey, I am seeing more and more why I'm sorry for those that are not Christians. I'm going to quote the Bible. It says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Right. The vision that Arteta has, I'm not going to underestimate or undervalue the vision that the man has. For him to have looked for this guy at this point, knowing that he had Xhaka and Partey and seeing how well they played last season, he would have taken someone that's courageous, someone that has a vision, that can see into what he wants to do for the future. You would take somebody like that, somebody that's single-minded, somebody that has a plan, somebody that has, quite a strong vision of what he wants to do, to make the moves he's made this summer, considering how well our midfielders did last year, right? He's about to allow two of the best midfielders in the Premiership leave, because I can sense that he has a clear vision what he wants to do with Declan Rice as the driving force, right? So having listened to the guy thoroughly impressed me with the things that he said. I would love us to maybe at the point actually pull up the quotes.
Yeah,
maybe not on this show.
I have them.
Yeah, man. Some of the things he said were really incredible. Talked about the club, talked about the history of the club, talked about getting the club back to the glory days, talked about winning the Champions League and winning the league. And you see a player that comes into a place and immediately he lifts everyone up. I can see Declan Rice as that kind of character. Now I'm talking about personality, but getting into the field of play, the guy actually, from what I've heard and what I've seen, has just scratched at 24 with over 300 and something appearances in the PPL. Everyone is still saying that there's room for improvement, right? He's barely scratched his offensive surface as far as playing midfield is concerned. What he can offer offensively. So I think that Arsenal and Mikel, they're gonna combine and draw out what this guy can do closer to the 18-yard box, inside the 18-yard box, and then his ability, his innate energy that he's been blessed with to be able to recover, help the team recover when they are being, attacked. So, yeah, I see him as, Arsenal has gone through a lot of transformation, but this guy is going to even more transformative for the club in what he's going to bring to the table, inside and outside. I've been looking at the dynamics of, we already have a captain and a solid one at that. But I see Declan as someone that's going to be a captain even without the band, and that's what we are building, a team of leaders. And even Timber also, I know we're discussing the Declan Rice. Timber's quotes were incredible as well. The things that the man said about the club and about where he sees the club going and what he wants to bring to the table. I'll stop there for now.
Yeah, 100% with you. When Arteta said something, I think it was 2 seasons ago when Arsenal was in the big turmoil. I think the time that everybody was jumped on the bandwagon that is inexperienced, they're going to deliver in Arsenal and stuff like that. All those things were going on. That it was even difficult for us to even sign bench players from anywhere. I was telling the world that he will not sign any player that doesn't want to play for Arsenal, doesn't understand what he thinks. He's not proud to be part of the team. And this is a statement that he made a time when, on the surface, nobody wants to play. Nobody was there to play for Arsenal, was going nowhere. And nobody understood what this guy was talking about. And watch since then till now. all the players Arsenal have signed seem to, have the attitude of, this is my father's business.
Yeah.
It's been incredible. All the look at the other guys, where do you want to start from? So, like you said when you were speaking, I was listening to you. Declan Rice, from his statement, said he's been watching us now for like 2 seasons now. He's been seeing the trajectory and the way the team was moving forward, what was going on. Very, very similar to what Kai Havertz said as well. That from the outside, it looks like a family. Environment looks good for somebody to thrive on. And this now brings us to try kind of, even though not directly attack, but kind of point this argument of City pulled out and stuff like that. If you're objective in that deal, it's very clear now that obviously you would have told City, I'm going to Arsenal, don't even bother. And luckily enough for Arsenal, they were ready to, pay over the odds to get their man. So it was, in fact, like they say, it just looked like a marriage made in heaven for Arsenal and Declan Rice. And like you said, we're going to pull up some of his quotes here, but we'll start with Arteta and Edu. To support what you said, it's very obvious. I was listening to, I can't remember who I was listening to, what I was reading. They said Arteta had made him the fulcrum of the team going forward. That they decided him as going to be in the center of what he's going to do. And those things we have kind of heard before, but I couldn't understand, like you said, I couldn't understand where we're going with that because of how, for me, integral and the quality of Thomas Partey in our midfield and what Xhaka was doing as last season. I was just saying that, okay, they're going to use this guy to, kind of strengthen the team. With the look of things now, Partey might be leaving. Xhaka is already gone. Partey is not in the squad that left for US this morning from the UK for the second stage of the preseason tour. So which means if Partey leaves, the Declan Rice is going to play in Partey's position. And it's only left to be seen what Arteta's vision and what style is going to come in with next season. So looking at the impact of signing Declan Rice, there are two sides to look at this: the on the pitch and off the pitch impact or effect of this signing. On the pitch, of course, like you said, we'll talk about the qualities. Those are there to be seen. This guy is very well experienced in the EPL. He has also played, he just won a trophy in Europe for his club. He's been playing in the national team. In fact, he's not just playing member of the national, he's an integral member of the English national team, the last 2-3 major competitions. So I don't think there's any adaptation to make. There's anything to worry about. I don't think Declan Rice, yes, there are exceptions to rules. Everything is there for him to thrive and do well in Arsenal.
Yes.
What we have to look at now is, what I was just catching my head is, what are the possible restructuring of the team do you expect with Declan Rice coming into the squad? What's your thinking?
I'm thinking that the team will continue to evolve in the same way, and maybe with a bit more variety, a bit more variation, because he can play as an 8, he can play as a 6, maybe not a 10 because of his level of creativity, but he can play as an 8 and a 6, and so we'll be able to have tools, have options, play multiple positions. And this guy started playing football as a center back. So, definitely another option to strengthen us very, very defensively. So I see the team continuing to evolve in the sense that, we want to have that ball control, take charge and actually control matches with passing, control matches defensively and offensively, and just be able to retain possession when we need it. When we match up with the likes of Manchester City, the coach can actually be as tactically flexible as he would like to be, because he trusts the guys on the pitch to execute what his tactics demand. And so with him and Timber, having joined in, and even Kai Havertz, I expect a lot more variation. I'll call that variation in our tactics.
Gotcha, yeah.
I call it, especially playing different opponents and having different game plans.
Yeah, I've been trying to juggle it in my head what Ateta is going to do, assuming that Partey was going to say. But from what happened this morning, I am convinced that Partey is more 80% left Arsenal this summer. So I was just looking. It's okay. Probably yes, we'll start with the flat four, but it's going to look like more like a 3-2, 3-1 formation kind of thing, in the sense that we'll start the flat four, but the team will reshape in possession to 3 flat defenders. One of the defenders will move into the midfield and create a pivot with Declan Rice. They release the front 4 to attack the opponent as much as they can, because the way we played last season, I still don't know if Kai Havertz is going to be effective playing Xhaka's role. But where you now have one of the defenders coming to the midfield to stabilize the defensive, the pivot position of the team, you can now have 2 creative midfielders with 1 central midfielder in between them, then the wingers and stuff like that. So like you said, it's going to create some flexibility for Arteta to, because sometime last season, sometimes he looked at Arsenal was very predictable. We just had that shape. Just that we are very efficient the way we executed the plans for the games. But with coming in of Declan Rice and Timber, I haven't seen what they are coming in with. I believe the Declan Rice, especially coming in, Partey is a class player. He's good in that position. But what I think Declan Rice has over him is durability. Declan Rice doesn't have any history of injuries. I remember sometime last season, there are some sprint that Partey would do, chasing back balls to our half. I would just almost have my heart in my hand and say, hey, please, bro, don't pull anything in this chase. But with Declan Rice, he's durable. He's proven to be a very strong lad. That is, so I think there was one season that he played every minute of the season for West Ham. So that shows the kind of strength we're going to have with him. And again, listening to his interview, he has 3 or 4 English national teammates in the team who are almost confirmed regulars in the starting 11. So this cohesion, these partnerships and understanding will also benefit us now, in that regard. So I think Declan Rice coming to us now it cannot be emphasized, especially in the way we're going to play. It's going to give us more base to put teams under pressure. And he chips in with goals as well. Partey scored 1 or 2 screamers, yes, but Declan Rice has goals in him. He plays free kicks, he plays corner kicks, and stuff like that. He can take shots from long range as well. So I think he's going to be a very, very good addition to the team. And we here in Transit TV will welcome him to the show, welcome him to the team. But off the pitch, there are also some very massive implication of this business that Arsenal just did, signing Declan Rice. There are some times that I know most of the time what I'm talking about now has to do with fans banter, but this things also translate in real business. Some 2-3 years ago, when Arsenal comes to inquire about a player, I don't think clubs took us serious, because the impression was going to be like, these guys they're going to come here and start negotiating peanuts. I don't think anybody took us seriously. But with this sign of Declan Rice now, and how bullish Arsenal was, and how they went to get this deal, I think is a big statement out there to everybody to know. When Arsenal comes for a player now, anybody that has interest in that player kind of has to be serious and sit up, because they know that these guys, they come in, they get what they want, and they move. So this is no longer a club that is into penny pinching. These are serious. People are not going to be start taking Arsenal serious. But even the players, because I know if we're going to be honest to ourselves, 3-4 years ago, if a player heard that Arsenal was coming to trying to make inquiry on them, and probably Chelsea or Man City came, they will only laugh at Arsenal. I remember, was it not this time last summer that Vlahovic agent was saying that there was news that they were not even picking us now phone call. I don't know what will happen now if he hears us now is calling his phone. So for me, it's a huge one. It's a huge PR for the club, and it's going to make it easier for us to attract more players. I don't know what you think, in that regard.
100%. 100%. I totally agree with you. The club is getting more and more attention. Everybody's watching. I watch the news. I see what happens on social media. I don't think any other club with their purchases so far this summer has attracted the level of attention that Arsenal has. You understand? With even the announcements, the social media engagement, the way that Declan Rice was announced using a jingle by a Nigerian musician, and the whole packaging, the attention. Other clubs sign players, but the level of engagement online, and we know that these days that's all it is. There's a lot of marketing going on, and while the public and the spectators and fans are watching, players are also watching, club officials are also watching. And when you see something that's evolving and people want to be a part of it, as a player, at the back of your mind, you're like, man, maybe one day I'll get a chance to become part of this story. It's an emerging story. Any solid player, as it is now. I was just watching a show this evening. They were talking about speculations that Cavani, this guy at Napoli, that Newcastle are about to bid for him for 80-something million pounds and all that. So people were saying that it's not possible. This guy is not going to go anywhere. That Newcastle are not that attractive. But what I was thinking is, listen, these days, as long as a club is making progress and they have a vision and they have the money, they can get any player. Even this Mbappe that we're talking about, if you have a solid vision and you can sell it to him and you have the money to fund it, no matter who the club is, he will end up there. It will be like shocking to everyone. So that's where I like the vision that Arsenal has is solid, and they have a solid salesman, or a bunch of good salesmen that are selling this vision, and then the players themselves are showing that this stuff is delivering on the pitch, and they are showing their friends are envious. They are seeing, oh man, look at the progress you've been. Look at how better you've gotten since you started playing under this coach.
Yeah.
So you see that every player has improved. They are all still massively improving. And if you're a player and you see that, you want to be a part of it. So, I see better things ahead on that front.
Yes, while you were speaking, something just occurred to me. It's heavy because the way Arsenal went about this deal. Let me read out the quote from Edu. He said, Declan is a player with fantastic ability and a proven record at both club and international levels. The process of this transfer has been a big team effort with clear plan, and we are so happy that Declan is joining. If you listen to renowned journalists and people who have been speaking on transfers, all they kept hammering on the groundwork that Arsenal did. This transfer has been concluded for me unofficially, informally, like 3, 4, 6 months ago. And that's the only reason why Man City were not able to get Declan Rice, because they came to the party late. Arsenal had finished their business. And considering what you were saying about people saying he's not going to go to Newcastle, what I have come to understand is that people find it difficult to be objective. Or some of these things you hear is just out of, I'm not using it much in a negative way, jealousy that a club that is not theirs is going to be able to be doing this kind of business.
Able to
Let's
pull
give,
out
for
that
instance,
deal.
United. United used to have strong pull. If they go for a player and they come for that player, obviously you've lost. All of a sudden, they can't even, close deal for a goalkeeper for over 2 months now. So they're the one that will be telling you that it's not going to go there. That time has passed. People need to wake up. Fans need to start to try as much as possible. We can banter during games, but when it comes to discussing things like this, people should learn to try to be objective, regardless of who, however is going. You can see it. You can clearly see it. Arsenal has not won the league in the last, is it 15, 14 years or thereabout. We know that. Arsenal has never won the Champions League. We know that. But right now, they have one of the most attractive projects in Europe. Who doesn't want to be part of it? Like I always say, there's going to be a first day for these things. With all this noise about Liverpool has only won one league title in 24 years, 25 years. People don't tend to not remember, all these things. But still, because of the way they play, because of the things they project in the club, people still, they're still attractive. End of the day, it's only one club that will win the league every year. It doesn't mean that the other 19 clubs, we are rubbish. No. You reassemble and you go again. So in terms of the Declan signing, the impact, the effect and stuff like that, both on and off the pitch, Arsenal has just gotten themselves at a level where the club should be. And if you listen to Declan Rice too, he mentioned that in his statement. And one other thing I want to look at right now is, like we have said so many times on this show, that Mikel Arteta spoke about culture at the beginning of his tenure as a coach of Arsenal, and everything that the club has done since then has been consistent in supporting the kind of culture that they're trying to build in the place, a culture that will make people be comfortable and at the same time have the desire and the urgency to deliver, on their jobs, not just the players, even the doctors. When you look around, when you see the content that are thrown out there, if you see the way everybody is doing their job, know that the culture here is efficiency. And the one of family and togetherness, I've heard a lot of players join us now use that word, family, even from outside they could say it. So why am I mentioning that? You could see when the Rice was introduced to the team. Talk us through what your feeling was in that room when the Rice was introduced.
It was a brotherhood. I mean, I could sense the camaraderie between the players already, with him just being there, for the first day. It didn't feel like there was a stranger coming on the team and getting introduced. It felt like he was sitting right by Ramsdale. You could see that, first of all, there was genuine affection, genuine joy that he joined the club and he joined the team. Another thing I noticed was how remarkably relaxed he was in expressing himself, how confidently he spoke, and how relaxed he was, just saying, "Hey, I'm happy to be here. I'm here to win with the rest of the team. I'm here to join, the moving train, so to speak." So, it felt good to see a player at that level, at that quality. He was just there. He's already feeling at home, already part of the group, pushing things forward. And even the more videos. Well, you said I should speak to that video. So yes, that's what I got from that video.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like again, that's another leadership Arsenal is showing in how to unveil players, because that video, when I was watching it, I didn't understand what I was looking at. It took me time to understand what was going on. That it was, something that happened. I was like, man, where are these guys getting all these ideas from? It showed unity. It showed people who valued each other. And like you said, Declan Rice, throughout all the contents and videos that we saw for his announcement, there was never a time he was shy of words. He's somebody, he's a lad that's in charge of the happenings around him. At any given time, he's a lad. He's not looking for somebody to lead him. He's there. If he's not leading everybody, he's leading himself. And that shows you the kind of personality. Like you said, when he spoke, he was relaxed. Some people will say, I don't have much to say. Just let's get on with it. But he said he would say a few words. And he said those words in a very relaxed manner. And there are words that made sense, that showed that this move was a move that he, as a person, thought very well for him. But it's not like a money just came and just rushed out there. He's saying things about the team. It means he has also, just like Arsenal did, he also did his groundwork very well and was sure that he was making the right move. So I think, like I said earlier on, it looks like marriage made in heaven, and now we're witnessing it on earth. So I don't have any doubt that Declan Rice will succeed in Arsenal. And I don't have any doubt that he's going to help the team progress with his technical ability, his durability, his mobility, his experience, his comfort around the league, because the league has been on the past 4 years. So yeah, I think this is a very good signing for us now. And for the fact that they managed to get these important signings done before going on preseason talk,
the US talk,
tells you how serious those behind the scene, the managers, the directors, and people handling transfers in the club, how serious and how structured they are. And anybody that's an Arsenal fan right now should be proud to be an Arsenal fan and should be expectant of good things to come to the club from now. If I was not an Arsenal fan, I'd be jealous about the way the club is moving. Like some people used to say, they're actually moving now like a big club that they are. Because Rice also mentioned it, that Arsenal needs to go back to where they belong, and that challenge actually one of the reasons why he came. So we look at the Rice was announced yesterday, then during Timber on Friday. I took my time the past few days to do some research on the guy, watch some of his videos. Bro, we're talking about the Declan Rice during Timber. And let me allow you to talk about him first before. I don't even know where to start from. That young man, I don't know what do you want to say about Jerry Timber.
I wouldn't say I know so much about him. I'd love to hear more about him from people that have seen him. I've seen a few clips here and there, but I was thoroughly impressed by the enthusiasm he showed in his welcome videos. The way he talked about the club, the way he talked about being there for business, the way he talked about, being a massive fan of the club and wanting to bring glory to the club, wanting to do his best. And he's like, let's get to work. That's how he closed his speech. Let's get to work. Let's start, doing what we're supposed to do. And so people with that tigerish go-getter mindset, despite their level of skill and talent, that's what we need to push us now to the next level. So yeah, I would love to listen to you and hear a little bit more about his ability technically and all, but I'm happy to have him.
Yeah, speaking about the welcome videos and his speech, what got me was more of his sense of urgency. It looked like a player that came into we have a game tomorrow. He's already looking forward to the game tomorrow. That's how everything that he was doing was. He was in a hurry. These guys are slowing me down. I need to get let's get into business as quickly as we can. Like you said, that's the mentality that Arsenal needs now. And it looks like beyond just players' abilities, these are some of the attributes that they look out for players that they sign. If you don't have this attribute, no matter how good you are, I don't think Arsenal will look at you. And it speaks a lot. The culture, again, is attracting the right fit for the club. And once they identify those individuals, they go for them. And this is another massive, huge step by us now in signing this guy. Jordan Timber, for me, also, in the beginning, when they were talking about, I didn't really pay attention, but I've done some research. I've watched some videos about him. And I cast my mind back in the last World Cup. He actually played, he was an integral part of the Dutch team. You know, I looked at him, you know, as Arsenal fans, we are raving about Saliba. There are some things Jordan Timber is better than Saliba. The only difference is that Saliba is bigger and taller. He's composed, he can read the game. But in terms of mobility and, you know, supporting attack for the team, pushing the game forward, taking on people, I think Jordan Timber is better than Saliba. The guy is so mobile. All his clips that I've seen, his timing of the use of space to push the ball forward is second to none. He's very, very close to Zinchenko in terms of technical ability on the ball. He's and he's quick as well. So I think that's if you put him side by side, Ben White on that right side of the defense, I don't think you will say Ben White is going to be a starter. The only thing that Ben White has over him right now, that he's been in the system, he probably will understand what is needed better than him because he has been there for a couple of years now with Arteta. But if they were to join the same time, what you get from Ben White is not going to be anything different from what Jordan Timber is going to give you in terms of technical ability. It might even offer more. So these two signings are going to be massive in the way Arsenal is going to progress this season. The only concern I have is if Partey leaves, Xhaka is gone already. I don't know that settling time. I don't know. The good thing is that the team is going to spend 1 month together in the preseason, play some tough games. It probably will help them. My only concern before was keep Partey, even if it's for Nazi January, so I can help these guys settle into the system then before he leaves. If Partey leaves before the season starts, I don't know how that's going to impact in the team. I don't know what. Do you have any suspicion about the effect of Partey leaving now as against leaving maybe in January or next summer?
Well, honestly, I don't want Partey to go anywhere. You know, I just like you, I'm sure you don't. Partey is so good. What that friendly match against Nuremberg the other day, he was just there running the show as usual in his very low-key way, spreading passes all over the pitch. You know, Partey is one of a kind, and I would hate for him to leave the club. Now, if there's any better time, if there's any time to sell him, in the interest of the club, this is perhaps the best time. And hope if they're going to do it, better they do it early in the window so that the team can work out how to play without him and stuff. And I guess they're going to start that going to USA now without him. So they're going to start learning how to play without him. We're going to see the team evolve in a different way without seeing Partey as part of the side. I believe that if he's sold, they would definitely buy a good, solid, ready to go midfielder, right? Not a prospect or a project, but someone that's ready to come in and add value. And there are a few names out there, you know. Those names have actually, I felt good hearing those names. Hearing someone like Chomeni, right? A massive, high, you know, what I put the high value player, that if they bring in, yes, he will not have the coolness and the skill on the ball of Partey, but man, you are sure that he will have the knowledge, the technical skills, and the passing skills to help us achieve our dreams.
Yeah. I think and up to today, everybody says Chelsea will sign Caicedo. That deal is not closed yet. So it's still a possibility if Arsenal wants to go there. I was telling somebody that I read somewhere, or at least as I was watching somebody, they said there's a little clause or understanding that he had with Brighton that if a club with Champions League offering comes in, there's a level of there's a clause that allows him to go to that club at a certain price. I don't know how. I've not heard that anywhere. Just one time I heard it. I read it somewhere. So if that's true, Arsenal could as well could still go back to him if Partey leaves. I mean, Partey brings in 40 million or 50 million. You only need 30 million to make up and sign Tchouaméni or Caicedo. So like you rightly said, I don't believe Arsenal will go with a player for project to replace Partey if he leaves. I'm sure they're going to get a ready name to slot in and move from there. So I think do you have anything that? But I think we'll leave it here. This is our own welcome to the club. A show for Jurrien Timber and Declan Rice. Like every other Arsenal fan all over the world, we are so excited to have these two young men join the club. We are part of the excitement around the building. We're giving thumbs up to Arsenal as well. End of the day, the content that we release as part of this announcement, we are worth the waiting. And we have said in the past shows, Transit TV is going to be live in New York for the preseason game against United. We'll be live at LA for the game against Barcelona. So if you find yourself in those at those games, please look for us. We'll be there. We'll be taking interviews. We'll also try to bring content from live from the stadium for our listeners, our viewers, to enjoy the aura of the preseason games. Is usually fun, is usually massive and enjoyable. So guys, like we keep saying, if you are enjoying this show, if you have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe now, hit the like button, share this content to our viewers as we look forward to enjoying the delicacy that are going to be served by Declan Rice as facilitated by Timber. Ugum.
Yes. Welcome to the Arsenal, Declan Rice and Jurrien Timber. I'm joyful. I'm really happy, very actually ecstatic at these two guys and Kai Havertz as well joining the club. We're looking forward to a solid summer of good preparations, and then starting the league, really strongly, and starting to win games and win games and win games and win games. That's the desire, that's the goal, and that's the expectation of Arsenal fans. And we wish the team the best of luck. Like my brother said, those that will make it out there to the friendlies, please look for Transit TV. We'll continue to bring solid content to you as we enjoy this wonderful summer with our new purchases for Arsenal Football Club.
Yeah, good to see you guys. Like you said, look out for the shows we're going to be dropping for the preseason. We're going to try to bring to you, as it unfolds, both the trainings, the pictures and videos from the camp, and obviously the games proper for the preseasons against Barcelona. These are very huge games. Ordinarily, anytime Arsenal is playing Man United, we know it's a huge game. It's a game of pride, same as Barcelona. So these games coming up are very, huge games for us as fans and for the players as well. So look forward to seeing you, and bye for now.